All right, next up we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers went 8-8 last year. Ben Roethlisberger was hurt for almost the entire year. They're plus 2,500 right now to win the Super Bowl. Their over under is 9. Uh, that's surprising. I guess there is a lot of trust that they will be fine. Losing Artie Burns, I think, is a negative. I don't know if he played well last year, but it's difficult to play well when your entire team is injured. And not having Ben Roethlisberger, although he is a big crybaby, I mean, he is a good quarterback. Eric Ebron is an interesting addition. They already had Vance McDonald. I thought Vance McDonald had a pretty good year last year. So maybe they just want to have more heavy formations, so, like to protect Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know. That seems weird. Wendell Smallwood coming over from the Eagles. Don't really care about that. Derek Watt. I'm sure he ends up making the roster because everybody loves the Watts. Curtis Riley, I don't know. Darbo, don't really care. Wormley, don't care. Deion Kane, don't care. Minka Fitzpatrick is a very, very, very good player. Like a very, very, very good player. So let's see. For best ball, Ben Roethlisberger. We'll probably get halfway through the season, and Ben Roethlisberger will be a top 10 quarterback, and nobody will be surprised about it. James Conner is an okay player. The injury concerns are there. I feel like they're missing some running backs here. So James Conner is currently the number one. Benny Snell, Jalen Samuels. I'm sure Derek Watt will be on there as like a fullback or something too, right? So not 100% sure. Juju is very good. Benny Snell, Jalen Samuels. I feel like you have to kind of give them the nod in best ball. Like they would make sense as a best ball handcuff, I guess. I don't think that's really a typical thing to do in best ball though. So Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson had an okay season, but was pretty underwhelming overall, I think. James Washington, same thing. Chase Claypool is a rookie that, like, you kind of have to give the benefit of the doubt. I wouldn't waste a high draft pick on him, but I guess he has good upside. The Steelers generally have a good offensive line and a good defense, so I guess you kind of have to believe it until they give you enough, until they give you a lot of reasons to not trust them. Uh, let's see. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Let's take a look. Last year, the Seahawks went 11-5. They were unlucky because they were in the same division as the 49ers. NFC West is tough, but I do like the Seahawks. They're one of my favorite teams to root for. They're one of my favorite teams outside of the Giants, I guess is a better way to say that. Let's see. Players. Last year, they went 11-5. Their over-under is 9.5. I feel like I probably like the over there. Seattle is one of the better run organizations. I like Pete Carroll, even though most people seem to hate him for some reason. Their odds to win the Super Bowl are plus 2,000. That's pretty good. When you have Russell Wilson, you have to feel like you have a chance to win every single week. So I think plus 2,000 is fine. Maybe if they have a bad early part of the season, you can get a better number, but I don't think I want to miss out on plus 2,000. They lost Nazir Jones. Not a lot of big names here. So that's not so bad. They got Greg Olsen, good player. Not sure how much he has left in the tank. He's got some foot issues. Bruce Irvin, good player. Not sure how much he has left in the tank either, right? Isn't he pretty old? Carlos Hyde. I love Carlos Hyde. He had a very good year last year on the Texans. A lot of people don't want to give him credit for it, but I give you credit, Carlos. El Guapo is his nickname. I like Carlos Hyde. Very talented. More talented than people give him credit for. I think that's fair to say. Philip Dorsett, not a big deal. Quandre Diggs is an okay player, I think. Quentin Dunbar, not sure. Jamal Adams, that's a big upgrade. I think that's huge. Not sure about anybody else, if I'm being honest. So let's see. Russell Wilson, obviously one of the better fantasy quarterbacks. Chris Carson, I think, is overrated right now in fantasy. I've been getting a lot of Carlos Hyde. I think Rashad Penny and DJ Dallas are both in play for best ball and for like depth in season long. DJ Dallas, and you probably don't want them right now, but you will eventually have to consider them during the season. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf are both good options. They're going about the same in best ball. Nobody. There are a lot of reasons to like both of them, but most players seem to avoid them in drafts, which is very interesting. Like, you compare them to other players going in their same ADP, and if everybody likes Russell Wilson, they should probably like these guys more, in my opinion. Greg Olsen, Will Dissly. I think I have some Will Dissly, which is probably a mistake. I just don't trust Greg Olsen because of the foot issues, but Greg Olsen, even if he can't catch anymore, is going to be valuable as a real-life NFL player, like blocking and then also in the locker room. So that should be fine. Like I said, I like them at plus 2,000. They're over-under. I don't really care. I expect them to make the playoffs, and as long as they make the playoffs, they have a chance to win the Super Bowl, so I like them at plus 2,000. That's it for this video. We're going on to the next two teams. We only have 4 teams left, so if you've made it this far, we're almost done.